Hey everybody, I'm back, and I know I haven't done a video in a while, but I'm coming back with the bicycle, well, not bicycle, ugh. Let me start over. I know I haven't done a video in a while, but I'm coming out with a review of the Vortex deck by Aethercards, and is designed by Alex Isaacs, and his channel is over at Deckmaster Cards. Put the link right there, and he has some pretty cool videos, does a lot of reviews, so go check him out. Well, let's get right into the review. So it's a pretty cool looking deck. First when I got it, I actually thought because of this shading that the box was rounded, but call me dumb, it's not. So let's start out. The front has an alien reaching out to a human, sort of the theme of the deck. Like, first aliens have landed on the Earth and they're coming in contact with human life. Vortex, cool font, primum ex aetheris, which means from the first aether in Latin, and playing cards with examples of the custom pip design. I don't know if you can see that they have right there. Okay, so then on the back, it shows you the back design, which I'll get into in more detail later. Spire, Conceive, and Create, designed by Alexander Isaacs, and Premium Aristocrat stock, Magic Finish. On the bottom of the box, has some copyright information, and in really small print at the bottom it says you are holding the 6 of diamonds, which I will explain a little bit later. Then on the top of the box it says poker sized and symmetry pip, which was the style that Alex came up with for the deck, and it has a really cool outer space. I know that some people have said this is Earth. I don't know how much it looks like the Earth, but probably is the Earth. And then on the flap, it says Welcome to Earth, which is a really nice touch. This side, it just has a bunch of dots and a 3 of hearts reveal on that side, so that's pretty cool. Now, let's take a look at the deck of playing cards. So this deck comes with, let's look at the 4 cards that come standard in a deck. We have 2 jokers, an add card, and a gaff card. I can't find the other joker. Okay, got it. And so let's take a look at these. Comes with just an add card for Aethercards with a little bit of information about the story behind the deck. And the gaff card is pretty cool. It's like somebody spun the card around in a vortex, and it got spun around, and like you could force, I don't know, 5 or 6 spades on somebody, spin it around, do a color change to that card. And the jokers are really nice. These 3-dimensional alien figures. And this one is holding a tiny little Vortex card. And the other one is holding another little Vortex card with a red 6 on it. And that is where the box that says you are holding the 6 of diamonds comes into play, because a lot of people thought that you could either force a 6 of hearts or a 6 of diamonds, but this is, in fact, the 6 of diamonds. On the other joker, it says something, it says Mors ab Aethere, which I don't know what language that is, but I'm assuming it means from the first Aether. If you know what language this is, feel free to comment in the box below. And now let's get into the back design of this deck. So this deck has a really detailed back design. It has this green vortex. To me, it kind of looks like an alien eye with an intricate pattern around the edges, some cool shading, and all these little, I have to call them hairs shooting out of the side. A bunch of dots, a nice green, some purples and violets around there. And all in all, I think this is a really interesting back design. It looks pretty good in fans. Let's see if I can get a good fan. I've been playing around with this deck for a while. And now that we've done that, let's take a look at the court cards. I'll take out kings to show you first. This will just be a good example. So on the king of clubs, these cards, he's using a different type of pip design, which is kind of cool. Really, really small indices in the corner. Nice king of clubs, but with a bloody sword and a blue vortex in the middle. Suicide king, sword going into his head, and it looks like he's crying blood. Doesn't look like a very happy king, and he has a red vortex in the center, and the heart pip has a little bit of a glow from the center, which I think is really cool. The king of spades looks a little bit strange. I think he's has a lazy eye, probably pretty dumb. It's just me, but he also has spades going around his jacket, and he has another blue vortex in the middle. And the king of diamonds is really interesting, because the king of diamonds is actually smoking a cigarette right there. Looks like he has alien hands, an axe, but he's smoking the cigarette, cuts off the diamond pip there. So, seeing these, now let's take a look at the ace of spades. Ace of spades, fairly simple compared to the rest of the deck, but it has a squid-like shape with the spade pip melded in there, Aethercards, Vortex playing cards, and small indices. So that's really cool. And now that we've talked about that, let's get into how this deck handles. It has the magic finish and the aristocrat stock, which make this deck really, really soft. It spreads well on the table. Fans were better, but as I said, I've had this deck for 2, maybe even 3 weeks, so I can't really comment on how it would be new or with less use. I do like the finish. It handled quite well when I first had it. It still pharaohs really well. I can usually get perfect pharaoh on it, most of the time at least. Almost perfect pharaoh. Shuffles are pretty good. For cuts though, it's really soft and slippery. It isn't the best. And in giant fans, they look pretty cool. Let's see if I can get a good one. Yeah. Bear with me. Okay. So, in a giant fan, these cards do look pretty cool. But as I said, they're getting a little bit old and a little bit clumpy. The stock does feel pretty soft. It feels nice. It's still soft. It's good for dribbles. Springs are okay. It's a pretty springy stock, which is good. All in all, this deck is a pretty good deck. I would recommend it for any card collector, magician, though people would probably suspect something's up with the deck that looks this awesome. I'd have to say that Alex at Deckmaster Cards did a great job designing this deck, and you should get one. You can get it at, I know you can get it on eBay or at theoneeyedjack.com. I don't really know where else you can get it, but I got it at the One Eyed Jack, and it came pretty quickly. This is a great deck. I'll be coming soon with some new deck reviews, so see you then.